Right. Yep. Yep. Okay.
How did he get into it?
Wasn't locked. Right, sometimes it's a bit reluctant to turn. Okay, so right. Okay. Right, hand on throttle, feet on brakes. Kick it up. Let go as soon as it starts. Okay, that's good. Right, down to 1200. Hold it on the brakes. Good. Right then, let's I'll be responsible for the radio today.
Okay.
So I want you to concentrate on flying. Okay.
Am I okay to keep this back there?
What?
The map?
Yes, just bring it in the back here. You won't need that.
No.
And we'd be navigating work off the 500mm anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
That's useful for reference purposes. There's on there. So,
Radio, this is Golf Mike Zulu Hotel Whiskey requesting.
So we started,
radio check,
oil
please.
pressure is good, oil temperature has
Hotel Whiskey Beverly is receiving its strength 5, young sir.
ammeter is good,
Very much for
suction is registering.
Yep.
Ignition, let's try and, so let's get this right, we're on both now.
Yep.
One click left. Back to both.
Michael I, Golf
Two
Mike
clicks
Zulu,
left.
Mike is ready to
Back to
depart,
both.
2-1.
That's good.
Sorry, 3-0.
Mike, roger.
And what else have we got? So, flaps, so. Put the flaps up and just watch as they go. Make sure they're coming up equally. Just stop there. That should be 10 degrees. Yep, that's good. All the way up, please. That's fine. Flight instruments. So that's saying 030. That's saying 030. Whatever he tells us, we'll set this as 0 on the ground. We're expecting a QFE of about 117. Okay.
Lovely radio, Golf Alpha Tango Hotel Victor, inbound requesting airfield joining information.
Romanian is 30 right, QFP is 1016.
30 right, QFE 1016, and can you confirm you have gas available?
Affirmative.
Roger, Golf Alpha Tango Hotel Victor.
Radio, good afternoon. This is Golf Bravo Papa Oscar Sierra for radio check 123.05 and airfield information.
Golf Oscar Sierra, Beverly is reading its strength 5. Romanian is 30 right, QFE 1016.
30 at 1016, taxiing for 30, Golf Oscar Sierra.
Oscar Sierra, also be aware Sierra 128 is still active above Leconfield Field at this time.
Copy the 128 traffic and also the other joining traffic at this time, Golf Oscar Sierra. Right, so let's, using the rudders, keep the aircraft nicely in the centre. This is about the right speed for taxiing, Sam, what we call a fast walking pace, okay?
Seems pretty quick.
Well, look outside there. Whatever it seems, that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to go too fast because otherwise, when you hit an undulation or a pothole or something, certainly with the nose wheel, you could do damage.
Right.
We're not in any rush, just need to do this safely. So, and if there's a crosswind, we'll use the ailerons to counteract that lift, especially when we're in the early part of the roll for takeoff. But there is a crosswind today, but not a very strong one.
No.
Okay. So I'll just remind you that the oil temperature gauge is slow to respond in this aircraft.
Yep.
So I'll give you a dispensation on that. We will take off while it's still indicating low.
Okay.
Particularly on 30, we've got plenty of time taxiing down here. So as we're approaching the end of the taxiway, hand on the throttle, let's be covering the brakes with both feet, slide top of the pedal and slow the aircraft down now because it's running away with us a bit.
Yep.
Okay, now what I need you to do is to press the right brake and increase the power slightly. Orientate the aircraft with the sock. That's about right, isn't it?
Yep.
Just let it roll forward slightly there. And now let's have a quick check. 1200, we're registering on the suction, we're charging the battery. We've got temperature and pressure the pressure is good, the temperature will come up shortly, obviously we've got fuel. So, now we're into the power checks. Lift the aircraft up to 1700 please. That's the basic power setting. Okay, release the brakes. And now apply them evenly and check that it stops in a straight line, which it does. Let's pull the carpet out and watch the
Copy,
response.
sir. It's overhead, joining descending dead side.
It's fallen but it hasn't risen. When you put the carpet back in, it should go back to where it was. That's good. Okay, now let's check. Now this is the proper check. With that at 1700. Now do the left mag, no more than 125 drop.
Romania
Okay, back to both.
30 right.
The other one.
QFE 1016.
Back to both. Okay, that's good. Check that it idles.
30 right hand, QFE 1016.
Okay, back to 1200.
Into Echo.
Roger, Hotel Whiskey, also be aware of Sierra 128 active above Leconfield at this time.
They cooled down when yet? Notice how at the threshold there, we want to use as much of the runway as possible. There's a big old dip on the right hand side there. So we're going to avoid that. So, we'll put the call in. Golf Oscar Sierra is ready for departure, lining up 30.
Good Sierra, ready.
Right, so what we do is as we come in here, I'll just do this for you.
Yep.
We want to be as far back as we comfortably can because the runway behind us is no use. And then let's get the aircraft lined up between that corner marker and the numbers. The numbers are hellish rough to fly over and it damages them. So now we're on the 30 heading in between the numbers, which is good. I want you to take off for me today. Use your rudders to keep the aircraft in a straight line. When we get to 60 to 65 miles per hour, nice clean rotate and settle the aircraft at 70. Okay, good. So let's hold it on the brakes, full power please. As soon as the engine's stabilised, release the brakes cleanly. Counteract that torque reaction with, keep your hand on the throttle at least to 300, ideally to 500 feet, in case we need to do anything about it to make sure it doesn't wind back out. Keep the aircraft in a straight line, which you're doing. When that gets to 60 to 65, I want a nice clean rotate. Right, as soon as we're away from the ground, 7 to 70.
Land immediately where you are, just set a panel loose on the aircraft over.
Okay, that's nice.
Let radio copy that.
So in the climb, temperature and pressure's good.
Copy the
That's all
transmission.
Echo Victor, Roger, that was Leconfield talking to Sierra 128, the rescue helicopter.
As we're coming up to 300, we check the flaps are up, which we haven't used, but they're up anyway. Check the lights are off if we had them on. Have we got the attitude for 70? Yes, we have. And the gauges, temperature and pressure are good. So what I'd like you to do, please, when you get to 500, is turn the aircraft onto heading of 030.
Southeast now, changing to on the side on, let me see now, 119125.
Let me see now.
Bye bye, Roger, safe journey, please.
Hearing some very bad RT there, people talking without listening to what they've heard. Let us see now. You work out what you're going to say before you speak. You notice that my RT is quite succinct, it's quite staccato. I don't hog this button. Don't hog this button. Right then, let's have a look. Okay, you can take your hand off the throttle now and put it onto the yoke, because we're well established now. Below 500, then it's a good idea because you might need to make some changes. Okay, keep us on 030. And where's the balance ball?
To the right.
So slight bit of right rudder, it's only a bit, that's it, lovely. Keep it in the middle, perfect.
Okay.
At 1000, let's lower the nose and have a look. Left wingtip, scan through the windscreen. Right wingtip, scan through the windscreen, nothing to affect. Back into the climb. Excellent. Lot to remember, I'm afraid. Drifting right, so let's have it on 030.
227.
I notice you're making a lot of very small movements. Just hold it there for a moment. Just let the aircraft settle, yeah? There you go. Getting a bit jittery otherwise. As that comes towards 500, we look at the gauges.
Yep.
See now the oil temperature's now rising. Golf Oscar Sierra is now clear of the circuit to the north. I'm going to talk to Humberside 119.12. I'll call you on rejoin.
Oscar Sierra, roger.
Traffic in the circuit on a left-hand circuit at present. Contact tower 124.9.
Thank you, 124.9. I will look for the traffic over 349. Thank you for your help.
Roger.
We'll go to 2,500, yeah?
Golf Hotel India Victor Echo Humberside radar. Basic service Barnsley 1011. Report your level passing, your level climbing to.
Barnsley 1011. Level 1,900 feet, climbing to 3,000 feet. Golf India Victor Echo.
Golf Victor Echo, roger, basic service Barnsley 1011.
Level and straight level 2,000.
Golf Victor Echo.
Humberside approach, this is Golf Bravo Echo Kilo Oscar for basic service.
Golf Bravo Echo Kilo Oscar Humberside radar. Basic service Barnsley 1011. Pass your message.
Basic service 1011, Golf Kilo Oscar, Cessna 182 from Fenland to Sherva, and I'm 5 miles northwest of Laos, 2,000 feet, lifting to Grimsby and then up the south bank of the Humber initially for basic service, Kilo Oscar.
Golf Kilo Oscar, roger, basic service you have, squawk 4277, report at Grimsby.
4277, basic service, Wilco, Golf Kilo Oscar.
Humberside radar, good afternoon. This is Golf Bravo Papa Oscar Sierra.
Golf Bravo Papa Oscar Sierra Humberside radar, good afternoon. Basic service Barnsley 1011. Pass your message.
At the Barnsley 1011 and a basic service Cessna 150 out of Beverley, just abeam the wind farm near Bridlington at this time. General handling in this area, request a basic service.
Golf Oscar Sierra, you have a basic service. Squawk 4250, report your current level.
That's 4250, presently 2,000 on the Barnsley 1011.
Golf Oscar Sierra, roger, report changing frequency back to Beverley.
Wilco, Golf Oscar Sierra. So let's
You've got a problem, your power needs to come back. Bring me out, request frequency change to 129.8, the squawk comes down.
Golf Alpha Whiskey, roger, and frequency change approved. Good day.
Good day, thanks for your help, bye-bye.
That's a strange squawk.
We're now crossing the Trent, northwest of Consort, request
What's the usual one?
427 something, not 425. You must be very busy.
Good day.
Okay, so I don't know when the Brits actually...
radar, hello,
I think it may well be today. So, first of all, let's go that way.
Two stations calling at once. Hebblestone Paradrop aircraft with the formation lead. Say any call sign?
Hotel Alpha, Alpha Charlie.
Hotel Alpha, Alpha
Right
Charlie
then,
Oscar Humber.
are we straight, are we now straight at level?
Multiple glider activity overhead Curtin Inlet.
Sorry? Sort it out then. I think the power's a bit low. Listen to the engine. I'd say that
7000. Romeo
is about cruising setting. You can hear the sound, yeah?
Free call Washington radar on 12.
Oops.
Payphone for November 59.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do, please, for me, Sam, is to perform an idle deceleration while maintaining straight and level to 80 miles per hour. Good. As soon as it gets near to the speed, apply power. There you go. It's going to be about 2,000, isn't it? And as soon as you're happy, then trim to maintain that. I'll keep a lookout whilst you concentrate on that. Speed's slightly high, so lift the nose a touch. There you go. Trim. Are we in trim? Not bad bad at all. Maintaining 1600 near enough 80. Very good. Please perform a full power acceleration whilst maintaining this level and direction to the cruise speed. Listen for the change in tone. As you bring the throttle out now at cruise setting, bring it out, you'll hear the tone change. There you go. That's the cruise setting.
Right.
Okay? Now retrim for that. Are we straight and level?
Not quite.
Let go. Not bad. Okay, we climbed a bit, but that's not bad. Right, I have control. It's not easy, is it?
Nope.
Well, do you want to learn to fly well, or do you want to learn to fly sloppily?
Well.
Yes, good man. Okay, I didn't find it easy either, I still don't. It's much easier instructing somebody to do it than demonstrating it.
Yep.
They do tell you though, you'll never teach a student better than you can demonstrate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you a medium bank turn.
Yep.
I don't want to do it over the sea because I want you to be able to see a decent visual reference. So first of all, I'm going to turn the aircraft inland. And I'm going to take you right through the process. Well, maintain 2000 for this, which you conveniently brought us back to. And then we'll do each part in turn. I'll get you to practice each part in turn, and then I'll get you to practice the whole thing. There's also some thermal effects today which are bumping us up and down. Okay, so straight ahead, visual reference point there are the windmills near to the airfield, okay? Let's just get the aircraft back to 2000 because it makes it easier to demonstrate. So the first and most important detail when we're going to do any kind of turn is our lookout. So we're going to do a turn to the left, so we start on the right. The way we do that is right tail, round to the front, and left tail. As we come to the left wing, I lift the left wing and have a good look to make sure there's nothing there in the blind spot, and there isn't.
Yep.
So into the turn, what I do is I roll the aircraft over to 30 degrees, and now I look out and I look where the horizon cuts the windscreen and where it cuts the coaming, and I keep it on those points, and the aircraft, you'll notice, is now going round at constant height, a little bit of back pressure on here, it's like a turntable. And then when I reach the point that I want to come to, I relax the back pressure, roll the aircraft level, and the turn has now ceased. So that is what a turn looks like to the left. We're going to do everything to the left to begin with, and then we're going to practice doing it to the right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the aircraft into a turn, into the maintenance phase, and I'm going to ask you to maintain it for me. Any questions?
Nope.
The work cycle is look out, attitude, and a quick check on the instruments, but a glance only. I'm just going to bring it back to 2000 to help you to be able to register it. Don't worry too much, it's very atmospheric today, which is altering the height performance somewhat. But I'll account for that. When it's a still day, you can make the aircraft turn like it's on a turntable.
Yeah.
Right, so we're now in a 30-degree turn, and you can look for yourself from your position where the horizon cuts through the windscreen and the coaming. Right, you have control. Maintain that. Use both hands on the yoke. You maintain that turn for me. Maintain the angle of bank. Okay, that's 30 degrees now. Look where it cuts from your perspective and keep it there in the same vertical position. We're climbing, so just relax your pressure slightly. That's it. It's not easy, is it?
Nope.
If at any stage you find this turning disorientating or makes you feel ill, you must say so.
Yep.
So we're now maintaining a nice turn. You're making some small adjustments. If the angle of bank falls off, we increase it. If it's too great, we reduce it. And if the picture moves up or down, we adjust the pitch to allow for that.
Yep.
It's a gentle back pressure. It's not a significant amount, is it? Now look what you've got now. Beautiful, quick glance down, 30. Look outside, constant. Look in here, constant height, 2100. And that's, we just passed over our weight there. Okay? So that's a really nicely executed turn.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep. That was the bump there, we passed over the weight
Yeah,
because we went into it at 2100.
Yeah.
Now we're climbing again, so just relax the pressure slightly. Look outside at that picture. Don't be
Right,
tempted to
yeah.
stare at the instruments.
Yeah.
Always look outside. Quick glance inside, everything's good, still climbing slightly, so relax the pressure. No, not a big
Yeah.
jerk, just a gentle relaxation. Okay. I have control. So I'm just going to teach you the entry now. We'll work at 2200.
Yep.
So here's how we go into the entry. The lookout, all the way round, lift the wing, nothing to effect.
Nope.
This is the entry. Roll the aircraft cleanly to 30 degrees. Don't be fearful. Now immediately look outside and see where the picture cuts the aircraft windscreen and this point.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what you're maintaining.
Yep.
Okay? When I hand the aircraft back to you, I'm going to ask you to enter the turn at 30 degrees and maintain it at 30
Okay.
degrees. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, you have control. Please enter the turn using the full lookout. Remember to lift the wing. That's it. Go straight into the turn. Let's have a nice clean entry at 30 degrees. Look outside at the picture and maintain that for me. Don't climb. Excellent.
It's a bit odd near the sea.
Say again?
It's a bit odd near the sea.
Yes, well we're soon going to come
Yeah.
and going to come into view again, but we can't guarantee what we're looking at.
No,
Just
no.
as long as it remains constant, that's all we're looking
Yeah.
for. Okay. Right, so let's tell Humberside what we're doing.
Yep.
Well, Humberside, this is Golf Oscar Sierra. We're inbound to Beverley at this time. Happy to change to 123.05.
Please, step to another aircraft there. Break. Hotel Alpha Alpha Charlie Oscar. On the side radar. Hello again. Identified traffic service. Report drop complete descending. Traffic service. Alpha drop complete descending. Hotel Charlie Oscar. Thank you. Golf Oscar Sierra. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved. Good day.
7000 and goodbye, Golf Oscar Sierra.
Is there a reason you put it in standby in case?
Well, the numbers dance around
Yeah.
on their screen otherwise.
Aircraft calling Beverly, please repeat.
Golf Alpha Romeo Alpha Whiskey Beverly.
To 182.
Golf Alpha Whiskey, Beverly. Pass your message.
Can you give me joining instructions? It's 182 inbound to you from Edgefield and 8 miles to run. Golf Alpha Whiskey.
Alpha Whiskey, Romeo News 30 right. QFB is 1016.
30 right hand and 1016 QFE. Golf Alpha Whiskey.
Beverly Radio, this is Golf Bravo Papa Oscar Sierra for rejoin from the east requesting airfield information.
Golf Oscar Sierra, Romeo News 30 right. QFB 1016.
30 right, 1016, we'll join dead side and copy the incoming 182.
Over.
Right, so we now need to descend.
Charlie Echo, you are clear to go on the pump.
We now need to descend to 1,000 feet. So how are you going to descend?
Copy. I'll power down and.
Yes, let's do that then. I would suggest, since we're quite close, let's do a glide descent. So let's pull that out, down to idle, and hold the aircraft up for 70. As soon as you get near to 70, let's pitch down. That's it, to maintain 70. Right, there's the airfield over there. We need to head towards those windmills. So would you like to do a gentle turn?
Beverly Radio, Golf Alpha Tango Hotel Victor, taxiing to runway 30. Over.
So let's have a think about this now. We've got 2,000 feet. We want
Yep.
to come down another 1,000 feet and end up over the 1-2 numbers
Right, yeah.
at 1,000 feet. So that's looking nice to me. We're not quite dead side yet,
No.
but in a moment when we do, then we tell them what we're
Yeah.
doing. When we get to 1,500, let's feed a little bit of power in and manage the last part of the descent
Okay.
using power. nice, very nicely done, maintaining 70 well.
Hotel Whiskey, final 30.
Hotel Whiskey, roger.
Golf Oscar Sierra is now 1600 foot dead side descending for 30.
Oscar Sierra, roger.
Okay, let's feed a bit of power in now for the last 500, maybe about 1500, something like that. Just gives us a bit more to work with, doesn't it? It gives us more rudder authority.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the numbers.
Yep.
Turn towards the numbers now and let the descent continue. I want to be over the 1-2 numbers at 1,000 or near enough, heading towards the D-shaped lake.
Okay.
So the D-shaped lake is a feature to turn onto, isn't it?
It is,
You don't have to worry about the full 30 degrees, just use the turn. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You've recuperated.
Fine, yeah. I had this last time
Yeah.
when we were doing flaps.
Ah, yes. There's a note in your training file from Tony. The very first lesson, actually.
Yeah.
Strange that the flaps would cause that, though.
Yeah.
As we approach 1,000, let's have the car peat in and the power back to the cruise setting. Okay, there's an aircraft taxiing for 30.
Okay.
Golf Alpha Whiskey is downwind right hand 30.
Right. Now, where is he? We'll just carry on to the left of the lake to give a bit of spacing from him. Now, this is important because I can't see him. We'll go behind the lake to give us a bit of... Ah, no, he's over there. Golf Oscar Sierra is downwind for 30. I believe I have visual on Alpha Whiskey behind me.
Hotel Whiskey, vacated at Charlie.
Hotel Whiskey, roger.
Alpha Whiskey is overhead the circular pond and have a setter in front in view.
Yeah, roger.
Okay, brakes, undercarriage, mixture, fuel, instruments, carb heat, patches and harnesses. Right, let's manage this. He called downwind when he wasn't downwind, so I couldn't see him. So, we're 1,000 foot, that's good.
Alpha Whiskey, you visual with sector in front of you.
Affirmative, Alpha Whiskey is wide in the circuit and I have contact with the one.
A bit old, this bloke, a bit ponderous. Right.
Alpha Whiskey, roger.
Turn the aircraft into the gap between that farm over there and the village there. Aim for the midpoint, you'll see the pig farm beyond it, right? We're in the White Hart there, so let's have 2 stages of flap. It's going to be a little bit busy this, but... And what I want you to do here, please, for me, Sam, is hold the aircraft for 70. Don't let it descend till you've got 70.
Got it, it's lining up
As
immediately.
soon as you've got 70, pitch down to maintain it. Okay, that's looking good. See the pig farm ahead, the visual reference?
Yep.
Excellent. Now then, at this point of the flight, we maintain the speed with attitude. If it goes above 70, then gentle increase in back pressure. We maintain the rate of descent with power. The aircraft behind us, it's his responsibility to separate because we're number 1.
Right.
This is why you have to look out.
I bet.
Anyway, have you found it useful lesson?
Loved it.
Good. Good. I mean, it's remarkable, really, for somebody who's had such a break. I'm astonished, you know. And that visual, that motion thing, that'll with practice, that your body will get used to that. Okay, let's manage this now.
Yep.
We need to turn at 5 to 600. Speed is looking excellent. We're going to go around the back of the farm. We've got a crosswind from that side, so we don't want to turn early. We're turning between 5 and 600. That's looking perfect. There's no headwind, so we might put a touch of extra flap in as we come in. I'll land the aircraft, you can follow me through.
Okay.
So if you'd like to turn the aircraft gently round behind the back of the farm, bring it onto the runway heading. That's good there. A bit low, so I'm just going to a bit of power to rest the descent. That's excellent. Keep the turn going. Golf Oscar Sierra, final 30 to land.
Oscar Sierra, roger.
Okay, that's right. Point the aircraft slightly to the left of the runway to allow for the that crosswind. So we're now going to manage the descent using the power. Look at that speed, it's a bit high, so it's back pressure, counterintuitive, let's do it. Now lower the nose back down to point the runway, excellent. Okay, just follow me through now. 300, we're going to land, so let's put, if we're going to use lights, we put them on at this point. The speed, excellent. It's a bit of sink here, just a bit of power to cope with that. See the numbers staying in the same position on the windscreen all the way down, not a very big crosswind component. As we get near to the runway, slight right rudder to bring us onto the heading, aileron to correct for that, power away. We select level.
Right, yeah.
There you go, level. And just hold the nose back and the aircraft will settle. Okay, there you go.
Golf Alpha Whiskey is the final 30 for that.
We'll go up, because he's following us, we'll go out through Alpha, yeah?
Whiskey, roger.
Let's go back there with,
Yeah.
and he's a big aircraft, so I don't want him to... So, would you slide your toes up to the top of the pedals, taxi us out through this opening here, please? Just around the end of the long grass there, perfect. And this is the call we put in at this point. Golf Oscar Sierra, runway vacated at Alpha.
Where are we going?
That's a good question.
Oscar Sierra, roger.
Beverly Oscar Sierra, do you have a preference for parking?
Negative, if you can get on the end of somewhere, no problem.
Golf Oscar Sierra.
Copy, Tilly. It's
Right, we'll go over there.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
Thank you, good day.
These bins are all very well and good for seeing where the tie downs are, but the prop wash blows them away. I'll put it here for now rather than back on its destination, because the aircraft might be used again. Right then. Bit of work for you still to do.
Yep. Car peak cold.
Yep.
Flaps up.
You covering the brakes?
Yep.
Good.
Trimmer neutral.
We'll take that as neutral.
Yeah. Throttle friction loose.
Yep.
Electrics off. Would I turn this off too?
No.
No.
It means these equipment.
Right. Yep.
Okay, but you leave the intercom on. Okay.
Radios off.
Yep.
Position. Parking to the wind.
Yep.
Parking brake on.
Yep.
RPM 1200.
Yep.
Yep. Magnetos in turn.
Yep. So this is just checking for dead cut. Back to both. Back to the right one. Back to both. Okay, that's good. Leave it at 1200. Never mind what that says. Pull the mixture out.
Radios, avionics off.
Yep.
Throttle and the mixture.
Yep.